So, topic 2 is all Kyle's.
Oh.
Kyle, what is your topic for today?
All right. So something that I love besides games and wrestling, I love movies. Movies are, to me, is like the purest form of entertainment, where like you could just escape the world for a couple hours, and live, put yourself in another person's shoes for like 2 hours. And this is a question I always like to ask people to kind of gauge what their interests in movies are and like who their favorite actors are. But if you were to have a biopic or a movie based on your life, who would you have play you? Like, which famous actor do you feel not only would embody you and your personality, but like, who's going to do a good job, do your story the right way?
Oh boy. Okay. Do you have an example for yourself?
No.
Because I'd be interested in hearing. No. Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Back in high school, it was Edward Norton.
Okay.
Just because I love Ed Norton, he's a great actor. But lately, it's been back and forth with a couple people. Like if I'm older, John Goodman. If I was older, yeah, for sure, John. And I'm blanking now. I would love to say, I would love to say Jim Halpert. I'm blanking on this name.
Oh crap. Lady, you could help us out with this. You're an Office fan. You know this.
Oh my god, this is hurting my brain because I love The Office. All I think is Jim.
John Krasinski.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go. Lady, thank you. The assist after.
Yeah, John Krasinski I would love. I wouldn't force him to put on the pounds, but like I just love his acting and just his take on the every man type of thing in The Office is why I love that show so much. So yeah, probably one of those. I'm probably missing a huge one. Like when I was little and in like middle school when I used to have like a buzz cut, I looked exactly like the kid from who played Buzz in Home Alone, Kevin's brother. Okay. Which hurts my soul. But that kid could do a great job if it was just like based on physical appearance. But, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. This would definitely we'd need either a time machine, some CG, or something going on. Because I can. Because I can only think of one name, and it's sticking with me. But I would love for Keanu Reeves to play me. I loved one of my favorite movies of all time is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
The Excellent too.
So I feel exactly. So I feel that would be great for probably high school up until current, and then obviously I don't know what's going on down the road, but the John Wick evolution of growing up. Obviously I'm not going to murder 800 people, but that look and
if somebody kills my dog, I will absolutely murder that many people.
So yeah, I think Keanu is the big one for me that I would think of. And I know you said like your supporting cast, like, right? Like your friends and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to give a shout out to my guys that have helped me with a lot of this content here at the channel, twitch.tv/enigma911. So I got 3 friends. I have Billy, John, and Dio. Those are like the homies. Oh, it's going to be tough. Billy, for sure, I think would fit, or Tom Holland would fit him perfectly. Nice. Goofy, thin, stick, just there. And the funny thing is, I'm not going to reach too far from Tom Holland, but just in looks, and we teased Dio about this so much, when the first Homecoming trailer came out, Ned, I can't remember the actor's name, Jake something, but we're like, holy shit, it's Dio. So I know like the age difference is there, like Ned's way younger than him, but I think he would be great. Big John's the tough one. So you and Big John, if you put each other side to side, could be fucking brothers.
Really?
It's So that one, oh man. He's gonna hate me when he hears this podcast, but Big John, I don't know, man. I don't know who could fill your shoes. MBU. That's I'm blanking on that one. I don't know. But who would be your supporting cast, Kyle? Who would you get in there?
So like my high school friends were, I mean, they're all cool people, but I don't. I feel like anybody could kind of play them in a way as long as they have some sort of like comedic type of talent. I would love for Chris Pratt to be part of my posse, or just hell, Chris Pratt could just be me. I don't care. I just want Chris Pratt on my movie project. But then I would have Amy Poehler as one of my good friends from high school. I feel like they kind of look very similar to each other. And I feel like Amy could pull off like that. What's that movie? Blades of Glory-esque type of character. Like she's kind of weird and but still kind of funny. I think she would be great for that. Oh man. Oh come on, Kyle. See, I'm real bad with names and remembering like specific people. I see their faces. But the kid from We're the Millers and
the son
and
the
Maze
I don't know
Runner
his name.
Dude.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I have no idea his name.
I think it's Will Poulter. I think is his name.
Okay.
He's like a ringer for one of my good friends from high school. So yeah, have him in there. I just like, I think it would just be cool to have a biopic. And don't know how entertaining it would be. But so that's like where I want like the best actors in there to kind of make it entertaining. But
yeah,
that was always something in high school. My friends would kind of like make a cast list, and like my teachers would have their own counterparts that would be cast by actors. Like we had a teacher for history who's like a ringer for Danny DeVito. So like Danny DeVito was all in like every scene that they would write. Yeah, I mean, and then of course, like, kind of funny. Like, here's a question: since we're both, best friends, who would play the crew?
Oh crap!
Yeah, if you were to pick actors and actresses for the crew of Kind of Funny.
Ooh. See, I immediately went to Greg. I'm like, who can be that?
Right? Yeah.
Like out there. Oh man. That's a hard one.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I might piggyback off your own casting and maybe say Krasinski for Nick. But I don't know if he could be that like wild card-esque, I guess.
I could also see like Nick is just Nick.
Yeah. That's a hard
or
one right there.
Johnny Ace play Nick. They're
true. If we can afford them. That's a tough one.
Plane flights back from Malta are not cheap.
Yeah, Rip Barrett. Who would be Tim? Who would be Andy? Who would be any of these guys? Man, I think that's a harder question than thinking of my own. I don't know why.
It is, because like we're kind of so used to them being their own type of entertaining people.
Yeah, they all have their own persona and shtick and whatever, and then thinking of like who is that counterpart, I guess. Okay, it's gonna sound weird because, all right, how do I say this without offending people? Like, racially, this doesn't add up. But Xavier Woods could fit Greg's role.
That's true.
Because if you watch Up, Down, sometimes he just goes in.
That's very true.
Like, with his intros and stuff.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt for Nick.
That'd be a nice one.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah.
You know what? Who would be actually? I got one for Greg.
Okay.
The laugh might be off-putting, but Seth Rogen. I think Seth Rogen also takes his shirt off all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like physically they're kind of similar.
Yep.
I could see Seth Rogen being Greg type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Danny McBride. who's the guy that Nick wanted on the podcast? Who's in Fantastic Beasts and Fanboys? I'm gonna look this up because this is.
It's not the main guy, right?
No. Dan Fogler. Balls of Fury, the ping pong movie.
Yeah.
He could be Kevin. He could be Kevin.
There you go. Yeah, that would be perfect. That would be perfect for Kevin.
Man. Yeah, Tim and Andy are kind of throwing me for a loop a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, like, Tim, it's got to be... He's the pure one. So who's pure enough to take that role?
I mean, even if we're getting to, like, extended crew.
Chris Evans. Chris Evans is Tim.
There you go. Okay, yeah. I can see that. Cool Greg is such an enigma. I don't know if anybody can capture that.
Again, I think Cool Greg can just show up on set and just be in the scenes and be totally fine. Because Cool Greg's the man.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. That's for some, like I said, for some reason, that's just way more difficult than.
And I probably should have thought a little bit more on it myself, too.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having a movie be about your life?
No, right? Not at all. Not at all. I was joking in my own head, like, as we were going through that. I'm like, man, I better just start doing some interesting things, or else this movie's gonna suck.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
Kit Harington
one.
For Andy. They did do that face overlay thing.
They definitely did. And then Christopher Walken will just be like he just has to be in it.
Rebel Wilson.
That's a good call.
Jeez, lady. All right, just do it for us. Yeah, exactly. We'll sit here and wait.
But what kind of movies are you into?
Ooh, okay. I guess action comedy would be like the go-to.
Okay.
I suppose. I am not a horror movie guy in any way, shape, or form. No.
Okay.
No. If ever I was to partake in a horror film, it's got to be midday.
Okay.
I'm not going to be sleeping anyway. And I need to pause whenever I need to and step away.
So you haven't seen A Quiet Place?
No, I want to because I hear so many good things, and I'm like.
So I get kind of lucky. Like if I'm not substitute teaching, like during the day, if I have the money, I usually go and just spend the day at the movies sometimes.
Okay.
And so when A Quiet Place was out, I had the entire theater to myself.
Oh God.
And that was like that is the way to watch that movie because it is. Since you haven't seen it, you don't understand like how quiet it really is. Like you can hear a pin drop in that movie, much like Gravity. The amount of silence in that movie. And at the end of A Quiet Place, the custodian came into the theater.
Oh.
And he like dropped his broom, and I leaped off the chair. That scared the crap out of me because it was silent the whole time. It was just
yeah.
Oh, and I thought those monsters were actually real. Oh yeah, no, I love a good horror movie, but like you, I would prefer to be sometime in the day, because if it's a 40-minute drive to my theater of choice because it's the best one. So then when I get home, it's usually late at night. I got to turn on all the lights, and I'm a grown ass adult. But you get that like tingling sensation on your back that someone's watching.
Oh yeah,
that's what happened when I saw It. When I saw the remake of It, like that messed me up for a couple days.
Yeah, see, that was another one.
It's a great movie though.
I was gonna hype myself up. I'm like, all right, guys, I'll go see it. It was like, after it came out already, so I wasn't like going full theater. But me and my buddy John went to go see it. I'm like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. Then the car ride, I'm still like, oh no, oh no, I can't do this. We get right up to the theater. I'm like, John, can we watch Kingsman 2 instead? He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. It's like, fine, let's go. And then I put it as an extra life goal, and we hit it. So we had a whole viewing party. It was just like the whole time.
So you actually you watched it?
I actually did see it, yeah.
It's a great movie.
Oh, yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, I was just,
Pennywise is disturbing. And again, that's a horror movie with a kid who's creepy in it. And I think that's probably like the worst of any type of horror trope.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a bad one. And then jump scares just get me all the time. Just because I'm like sitting there, I know it's coming. Oh, it didn't happen. Ah, and then like stop.
See, the worst is when you're in the theater and it's not a horror movie, and there's something that makes you jump.
Yep.
You always feel like such a fool. It's the worst feeling in the world.
I don't know if you've seen it, but have you seen Horrible Bosses?
Oh yeah.
Okay, the scene where the cat jumps out. Jesus Christ! I did the same thing in that one. I jumped so high.
Oh. People, like, if I'm usually with someone at the movie and that happens, they like either move a seat so like they're not next to me, or they actually yell at me really loud in the theater.
So yeah, horrors are a big no for me. I've been trying to dabble, but I'm like, nope, let's do this at home. Let's not go out and watch it.
What about like a movie like Get Out?
That was that Jordan Peele or one of those guys? Okay, yeah, that's another one. The trailer, I was like, nope, that's not my kind of movie. But after hearing all these good things about it, I'm like, all right, I should try it eventually.
You should.
Yeah,
that's more like that's not really like horror, like gore, bloody guts, and jump scares, whatnot. That's just like scary from a real world perspective,
mental perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. His new one, that one looks creepy as hell.
Yeah.
I actually have my tickets for opening night for that one. I'm very excited.
So yeah, action ones are big ones, comedy ones are good, big ones, and then, I mean, like many of the Kind of Funny Best Friends comic book movies, go to those all the time. I don't know. Yeah, I think those are the big ones. I don't mind going to an animated movie every once in a while. Like, obviously, Spider-Man, that crushed it. But different story there. And then, like, I've fallen out of it, but I'm a big Disney kid, and the family's into that. So, like, every once in a while, going to see those in theater and whatnot.
Shout out to musicals. I love me a good musical.
Okay.
Even, like, if it's in, like, a bad movie with, like, a lot of music in it. Like, going back to being a huge fan of The Office, Rainn Wilson's The Rocker. Have you ever seen that?
I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Emma Stone in it, and Josh Gad, who plays Olaf in Frozen. He just plays like this really down on his luck, living in the attic of like his sister's house, and he just really badly wants to be like a rock and roll drummer because he was in a band long ago. Then they kicked him out, and it's basically Dwight being a drummer, and the music in there is actually kind of good, and I would consider that a musical. But yeah, any movie that has good music in it, I think is key. Not enough people appreciate music in movies and what they do for it.
Nice. All right, I like that topic. Definitely hard to think like who it would be. It's probably gonna be one of those things I'm like thinking about, and then randomly, oh, that person. Like
as you're watching a movie, it'll pop on.
Yep. So I'll have to see if that casting list kind of grows and expands.